It is the first thing we inherit when we are born into this world. Before we ever learn what love feels like, before we ever taste victory, we are struck by suffering. It might come as a scream in the night, a betrayal we never asked for, or a silence that cuts deeper than any blade. But pain is there, waiting for us, stalking us like a shadow that never leaves. And yet, what is pain, truly? Is it punishment? Is it curse? Number. Pain is the first teacher. It strips us bare, forces us to confront our own weakness, and leaves us staring at the reflection of who we really are. Without pain, there is no awakening. Without struggle, there is no transformation. Every soul that has ever risen from nothing, every legend, every warrior, every survivor was forged in fire, and that fire was pain. You see, the world does not hand out purpose like a gift. No, it buries purpose beneath scars, beneath loss, beneath nights so dark you think you'll never crawl out alive. But here is the truth. The wound you carry is the place where your new self is born. Think about it. The nights where you thought you couldn't endure, you endured. The days where you believed you were finished, you survived. And that survival was not weakness. It was the silent shaping of something stronger, something sharper, something unstoppable. People will look at your pain and call it tragedy. But you must look at your pain and call it foundation. For every strike against you is not the end. It is the hammer shaping you into the weapon you were always meant to become. Do not run from the hurt. Do not bury it. Stand inside it. Because within the very heart of suffering lies the ember of your purpose. Your story does not begin with joy. It begins with the darkness you were forced to face. But this is where the myth is written. This is where the hero is born. You walk through the shadows, and they welcome you as if they've been waiting all your life. The darkness is patient, unrelenting. It whispers of failures you thought you buried, of nights when you felt abandoned, of words spoken against you that still echo. You are alone, yet not. Alone in the world, yes, but accompanied by the presence of your own thoughts, your own doubts, your own fire, quietly smoldering beneath the surface. Every betrayal cuts like a knife, leaving scars etched not just into flesh, but into the very fabric of your spirit. Friends, lovers, even strangers, they leave marks. But here is what they do not see. While they think they are breaking you, you are becoming stronger. Each shadow walked through is a lesson in resilience. Each tear shed is a seed that will one day bloom into your purpose. Loneliness is not emptiness. It is a crucible. In that crucible, your heart is purified, your mind sharpened, your will strengthened. The nights are long, yes. The silence is deafening. But it is in these moments, when the world abandons you, that you learn to rely on yourself. And reliance on self is the birth of power. There will be moments when you stumble, when the weight of isolation threatens to crush you. The whispers in the dark will tell you you are weak, unworthy, finished. But listen closely. Those whispers are lies. They are not coming from the darkness. They are coming from the fear inside you. And fear, once faced, becomes a tool, a weapon, a force that propels you forward, even when every step feels impossible. The world fears those who have walked through shadows, because they carry secrets, strength, and truths no one else can fathom. You have stared into the abyss, and the abyss did not consume you. It taught you. It hardened you. It showed you that survival is not a gift. It is a skill. One earned through endurance, through courage, through relentless persistence. Remember this: the nights you thought were endless are the nights that will define you. Every shadow you walk through leaves you more alive, more aware, more ready to claim what is yours. You are being forged in silence, tempered by solitude, sharpened by the very darkness others fear. When others bask in comfort, you will rise from your shadows, carrying a light born not from ease, but from the fire of your own perseverance. And that light will not flicker, it will blaze, because it is the light of someone who has faced the void and survived. Walk through your shadows. Let them whisper. Let them them try to bend you. And then rise anyway. For in the end, it is the shadowed path that leads to purpose. The past never leaves us. It clings like smoke in the lungs, like blood that refuses to wash from the hands. Memories of what we've endured, what we've lost, what was taken from us. They return in silence when the night is quiet and the world has forgotten us. But let me tell you this: the weight of memory is not a curse. It is a crown. Every scar etched upon your flesh, every wound hidden in your soul, is proof that you endured what others could not. The world will never understand the battles you fought behind closed doors. They will never see the nights you spent staring at the ceiling, suffocating under the weight of your own thoughts. They will never know how close you were to breaking. But you know, and that knowing is power. Each scar is not just a mark, it is a map that leads back to the fires you walked through, to the storms you survived, to the graves of the weaker versions of yourself who did not make it this far. Every scar whispers, "I am still here." People may pity your pain, or they may dismiss it, but they cannot erase it. Your story is written in wounds, and those wounds are sacred. They are the scripture of your survival. The weight of memory is heavy, yes. At times, it feels unbearable. You may look back and see only brokenness, only moments you wish you could erase. But listen carefully. Those broken moments are not weakness. They are evidence of strength. Because you lived through what should have destroyed you. Think of your scars like armor. Think of your memories as weapons. Every time life tried to crush you, it unknowingly gave you steel to carry forward. Pain has been shaping you in silence, hammering your soul like a blacksmith at his forge. The memories will not vanish. The scars will not fade. And that is not tragedy. That is transformation. Because when you step into your future, you do not step in empty-handed. You step in carrying every lesson, every flame, every battle you survived. And those who underestimated you will never understand how unbreakable you have become. Do not despise your scars. Do not curse your past. For Without them, you would have no story to tell, no strength to wield, no fire to burn. Carry the weight of memory with pride. It is not a chain, it is a throne. And you are the warrior who sits upon it. There comes a moment when pain no longer breaks you. It remakes you. At first, it feels like torment, like every wound is meant to destroy you. But slowly, silently, something begins to change. You start to see it. The same pain that once held you down is the very force that lifts you up. Transformation is never gentle. It is not a soft rebirth. It is violent, like steel being hammered in fire. Every blow that tried to shatter you has instead shaped you. The chains you once dragged in shame are now reforged into armor. The very weight that nearly crushed you becomes the strength you carry into every battle. This is the secret hidden within suffering. Pain does not merely take, it also gives. It sharpens your will. It forges your resilience. It teaches you to rise again and again until standing becomes instinct. Pain turns weakness into discipline, sorrow into resolve, and fear into clarity. You are not the same person you were before the fire. That version of you is gone, burned away, left behind in the ashes. What remains is something harder to kill, harder to silence, harder to stop. You are no longer fragile. You are tempered. You are forged. And yes, people will notice. They will see the difference in your eyes. They will sense the shift in your presence. You will no longer move as a victim. You will move as a survivor, as a warrior, and that unsettles them. For the world expects pain to destroy. But you have done the unthinkable. You have transformed it into power. Understand this. Transformation does not erase the past. It redefines it. The same wounds that once haunted you now testify of your rebirth. The same nights that left you broken now stand as proof of your endurance. You are not chained by your history. You are crowned by it. This is not the end of your suffering. Life will continue to test you, to strike, to challenge. But now, you are different. every future storm will only add to your strength. Every new trial will only polish the steel already burning in your veins. The world may still try to break you, but breaking you is no longer possible. You have crossed the threshold where pain no longer consumes. It fuels. And in that transformation lies your greatest weapon. Nothing that sought to destroy you has succeeded. Nothing that tried to end you has prevailed. And now, nothing ever will. You are living proof that fire does not only burn, it forges. Purpose does not arrive like sunlight breaking through clouds. It is not gifted, nor is it found in comfort. Purpose awakens in the ruins when you stand among what you've lost, and you realize that all of it must mean something. That your suffering cannot be random. That your pain cannot be in vain. There comes a moment when survival is no longer enough. You grow tired of merely enduring, tired of simply breathing, tired of carrying scars without reason. And so a question burns inside you. Why am I still here? The answer is this. You are still here because your story is not finished. Because what you endured was not meant to silence you. It was meant to shape you into the very voice, the very strength, the very guide that someone else will need. Your purpose is not born in the places where you smiled. It is born in the places where you bled. It is not found in victory. It is carved from struggle. The same wounds that tried to bury you are the very tools you now carry to build meaning. Understand this. You are not here only for yourself. The weight of what you've survived is bigger than you. It is legacy. It is blueprint. It is a path cut through shadows that others will one day follow. You become the reminder that pain is not the end, that pain can be transformed, transmuted, and wielded as power. The world does not need more voices that come from ease. It needs voices forged in fire, hearts that know sorrow, warriors who walked through storms and still rise to speak. That is where true purpose lives, not in avoiding suffering, but in using it to create meaning. And so you rise, not only for yourself, but for everyone who will come after you. For the broken who think they cannot heal. For the lost who believe they cannot be found. For the weary who think their fight is already finished. You rise to show them there is more. Purpose is not escape. It is transformation. Purpose is not in forgetting. It is in building. Purpose is not about erasing the ashes. It is about using those ashes to light the fire that guides others home. And when you begin to walk in this truth, the pain that once tormented you becomes the reason you live with power. The chains that once restrained you become the proof of your freedom. The very story that once made you weep becomes the weapon you wield to lift others from despair. This is your awakening. This is the moment where pain ceases to be just pain. It becomes mission. It becomes legacy. It becomes destiny. Your purpose was never lost. It was waiting. Waiting in the shadows. Waiting in the scars. Waiting in the silence. Waiting for you to claim it. And now, it is yours. Truth. Storms do not break you. They sharpen you. Fire does not consume you. It forges you. Pain does not end you. It gives you purpose. The world will remember you, not for the ease of your life, but for the fire you carried. They will remember that when everything sought to destroy you, you did not bow. You rose. They will remember that out of suffering came strength. Out of silence came voice. Out of pain came purpose. And so you walk forward, not timid, not broken, but relentless. Every scar a banner, every memory a weapon, every step a declaration. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. You are the storm. You are the fire. You are the living proof that pain is not the end. It is the beginning. From pain, you were born. Through purpose, you will endure. And in your rise, you will live forever. And now, After all the fire, after all the shadows, after all the scars, you rise. Not as the same soul who first entered the storm. That version of you is gone, consumed by the darkness that once tried to devour you. What stands here now is something new, something unshakable, something eternal. You are no longer the victim. You are no longer the broken. You are no longer the one crawling through the dirt, begging for an end. You are the storm itself. You are the force that pain created. And no one, no thing, can take that from you. Look at yourself. You carry scars, but they do not define you. They empower you. You remember the nights of sorrow, but they no longer haunt you. They strengthen you. Every loss, every wound, every shadow that clung to you has been transformed into fuel. The weight that once pressed down on your chest is now the fire roaring inside it. This is your rise. Not gentle, not quiet, but thunderous, defiant, undeniable. The world will look at you and wonder how you are still standing, and you will give them no answer, because your survival is the answer. Understand this. You are not rising for recognition. You are not rising for applause. You are rising because you refuse to stay buried. You rise because your pain has earned you this throne of resilience. You rise because destiny demands it. Yes, the battles will continue. Yes, the storms will come again. But now, you do not fear them. You welcome them.